Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be your life experiences are what makes you, you. Think about that for a minute. If you like the content, please subscribe. Guys, I'm going to jump right into it. So, from the inception of you being born on this planet up into and including this exact moment, all of your life experiences, the culmination of each and every day of you being on the planet has brought you to this exact moment right here, right now with me, which is exactly where you're meant to be. Remember, there is no such thing as a coincidence on this planet. You are exactly where you're meant to be. It's just the way it is. Having said that, when you were younger, let's say you were a little child and you were younger, your development, your growth, the way you experienced and saw the world, the way you were treated, the way you were taken care of, nurtured, the way you developed, it has had a huge impact on your relationships as you grew older. And if you experienced a narcissistic relationship, I'm certain that this had something to do with it, although maybe not definitely, but your upbringing had an awful lot to do with how you perceive the world, the way you look at things, your experiences, and so on and so on. So I'm going to tell you a couple quick stories in this video, share some insight with you, and let you know that you are unique, you are special, you're beautiful, you're loved. We don't want to be comparing ourselves with others. I'm not saying that you're doing that. I certainly don't. I never have, I never will, to be honest with you. I am very fortunate to be on this planet. I've always known that since I was a little boy, and I know it right now more than ever. But what I'm saying is all of your experiences have brought you to this exact moment, and that's what makes you you. So let's just touch on for a moment, let's say when you were in the narcissistic relationship, maybe it ended recently or not that long ago, or maybe it's been decades, and you are still putting the pieces of the puzzle together, or you're understanding, getting the education. And for this, I thank you. It's beautiful. That's exactly what you should be doing, spending your time wisely. But let's take, maybe sometimes there are times you're thinking like, wow, how did I get in that relationship? How did I not see it? Like, there were so many red flags, I ignored them. Or, wow, what happened there? I don't get it. Many of these reasons could be because you were a people pleaser. Maybe you still are. Certainly, you did not have boundaries. You probably didn't know how to say the word no. You believed in love. You believed in others. You believed in humanity. And by the way, all these things I'm mentioning, I get it. But post-narcissistic relationship, we need to build boundaries. We still need to believe in humanity, of course. There is love out there for you if you want it. There will be many friends if you want them, and so on and so on. But all these things, maybe you're a yes person. Like I said, maybe you're a people pleaser. But when the narcissist came along, the key ingredient here, it was a culmination of those things that I just mentioned, maybe some other attributes also, but also you did not have the education on narcissism. You did not know what it was. And my hope is through my channel and many others, you're getting the education, you're becoming empowered, awakened, aware, enlightened, and you're maintaining boundaries and growing and moving forward. But all of your experiences are what make you you. It's completely true. And here we go. Here's a story for you from when I was a young boy. I was a little kid, maybe 5 years old, and I was in the grocery store with my father. He took me to the store. We used to take me to the store all the time. And we went shopping and shopping for the food supplies that week. And we were at the checkout counter, and there was a pack of gum. And I liked gum when I was a little kid. Still do, actually. It's good for your teeth, as long as it's sugar-free, because you don't want to have gum with sugar in it. But the point is, I grabbed the pack of gum, I put it in my pocket. My dad paid for the bills, the groceries, we went in the car, and I'm all happy. And then my dad looks, he's like, Andrew, where did you get that gum from? And I froze. Keep in mind, I'm like 5 years old. I froze. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, did you take the gum? And then I just started crying. Like, I froze. I did not know. He's like, Andrew, we don't do that. And he took me back into the grocery store, made me apologize to the clerk. I gave the gum back. And right then and there, I learned immediately, do not steal. Do not take from others. You see, I was a little kid. I did not understand right from wrong because I was tiny. I had no idea. But that lesson stood with me forever. It still does to this day. And that is one of the key moments when I was in my childhood that taught me, my father loved me more than anything because he actually had the courage and did the right thing, which again taught me how to be for the rest of my life, to go back into the store, make me apologize, make me understand that you don't do that, Andrew. Now that's one story. It's a true story, 100%. And it fortified and solidified how I perceived this planet. You see, you need to do right by others. You need to follow the rules and do the right thing. Most importantly, you need to have integrity, honesty, commitment, and you don't do the wrong thing. It's very simple, isn't it? It is for you because you're on the channel watching this, and most likely you resonate and or agree with me. I'll tell you a second story. I was older. I was about 11, maybe 10. And there were woods near my house. And the house was surrounded by woods, actually. And a bunch of teenagers used to go down by the woods and, let's say, have late night activities. Of course, I didn't really know what they were at the time, but it's teenagers. And then one day, it was Saturday, and I was walking around. I used to love to explore. And I would walk through the woods, and I came across this campsite where the teenagers, the older ones, like 17, 18, the big kids that you're always nervous of. You get my point. And then I was like, wow, there's a lot of trash here. These teenagers are really dirty. They're really messy. And of course, I'm naive. I'm young. I'm beautiful, thinking that the world is a Disney movie. And we know how I feel about that now. But the point is, I said, I'm going to go back home, get a trash bag, and clean this up and help the teenagers out and help Mother Earth. Guess what I did? Went back home, got a trash bag. Didn't tell anybody anything because I'm a little kid, just living my life, exploring, being free, being natural, embracing myself. And I went back to that little campsite and I cleaned it all up. I'm talking perfectly. And then underneath a log, I found a pocket knife. And it was beautiful. It was a little bit rusty, but it was beautiful. And it had been out in the woods probably for a year or so, or maybe a bunch of months. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. This is a pocket knife. I've always wanted one because I did not have one. I took it home, washed up, cleaned it. It worked perfectly. I was so proud. And then I said to myself, wow, I can't believe I just found that knife. That's amazing. And then I reflected, and keep in mind, I'm only 10 years old. I reflected and said, wow, Andrew, what you just did there is you just cleaned up the woods, cleaned up that area because it was very messy with, let's say, what teenagers leave around. And you were rewarded with a knife. That's like unbelievable. Like you would have never found that knife if you didn't actually do the work and clean it up. And it's a true story again. So I learned right then and there, again, do the right thing, help out the planet, help out your environment, and you never know what could happen. Doors can open for you, as it did for me that Saturday afternoon when I was cleaning up the teenagers' area. Now you may say, Andrew, why are you sharing these stories with us? I'm sharing them because, as the thumbnail mentions, these are two instrumental moments in my life, in my childhood, and I have so many others to share with you. I'm talking so many others. But for this video, these two were instrumental in my upbringing. They were they were lessons learned, one by my father and one by, let's say, the cosmic field or Mother Nature, however you want to call it, the energy around me. And the energy around me has always been beautiful. It's always been free and energetic and with love and light until, of course, the narcissistic relationship, which is why I'm getting back to that now. The point is you may have entered a narcissistic relationship because you were, like me, myself, believing in the goodness and wanting to do the right thing, and because you were just a good person and you believed in integrity and honesty, commitment if you got married, devotion, dedication, headed towards the same goals. You believed in all that. I am not saying you shouldn't believe in it now. You certainly should believe in it with the right person, and it begins with you. If the narcissistic relationship ended recently, you should be putting all of your time, your education, your devotion, your love, your empathy into yourself to become stronger again, to come through the fire, to become educated and aware, and to understand that why you did get in the relationship. Now, I'm not putting blame on anybody. There is no blame, ever. You entered the relationship how you did. You just didn't have the tools. You didn't have the education about narcissism. Now you do. You owe it to yourself to use your superpower, which is this education, to better yourself, to strengthen yourself, to give back to the community each and every day if you can, to be a loved, beautiful human being. Find your light again, find your passion, find your goals, find your dreams, but focus on yourself if the relationship has ended and or if you are now out of the relationship and you're strong enough. Once you get the answers to the questions you're searching for, you owe it to yourself and the planet and those loved ones around you to better the planet. So just like when I was a little kid and I took that pack of gum because I didn't know, and my dad said, Andrew, no, we're going to go return that and you're going to apologize. And I did, and that taught me a huge lesson in life. And for that, I'm eternally grateful, Dad. I love you. And also, years later, when I found that pocket knife after cleaning out the little part of the woods where the teenagers were hanging out, that was unbelievable. If you really think about what I mentioned, it's absolutely remarkable. I mean, it's almost as if that knife was planted there, if you get my point. The whole idea is fast forward, and here I am now creating videos, trying to educate you, trying to share my wisdom, my education, and my focus with you. And if you can take a small sliver of education from this video and every other video I create and take it and pay it forward, you will find this planet will become such a better place. It will. But you need to take action when you are ready, in time, in your time. So guys, before I close the video out, if you have any similar situations or stories you want to share, please drop them below. I'd love to read them. And I have so many more things like this, I can't even begin to tell you. And I will share with these with you more and more as the days go by. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay blessed, stay true, stay on the path. Continue to become educated, awakened, and aware, and understand that you are the most important person on the planet. You come first, second, and third, and you are loved. You are beautiful, and above all, you are not alone. I will shoot another video today, and for the next 6 days, I will shoot 2 videos a day because I'm super excited and I have more time this week. I love you. God bless you. I will talk to you soon.